So tip number 25, we are going to be talking sleep. So the next 3 days, we're going to dive into sleep because there's a lot to be said about it. And in fact, I think it's the most overlooked piece of the puzzle when we look at health and wellness. There's so many people that think that I have enough time for sleep in the grave. I need to stay awake as long as possible. Here's what I promise you. If you adopt that mentality, you're going to get to the grave a lot quicker. Sleep is so incredibly important. We need to be getting at least 7.5 hours of sleep every single night. So we should be spending a third of our lives sleeping. Now, studies have proven over and over again that sleep deprivation actually contributes to infectious disease and inflammatory disease, so including depression and all causes of mortality. So what does that mean? It means that it increases your risk for different viruses and bacteria and pathogens, but it also increases your risk for things like diabetes, cancer, as well as heart disease. So when we say sleep deprivation, what we mean is 6 hours of sleep or less counts as sleep deprivation. Now, if we get less than 6 hours of sleep a night, what it does is it's a stressor for the body, so it increases one of our stress hormones called cortisol. Cortisol is going to increase our cravings for sweet food, and in the end, it's going to actually result in an increase in insulin, which is our fat storage hormone. So if we are sleep deprived, we could actually have trouble losing weight. It could create a hormonal issue. The other thing is sleep deprivation increases these inflammatory cytokines that we've been talking about. So less than 6 hours of sleep has been shown to increase inflammation within the body. So it makes you more prone to all of those chronic illnesses. Now, adequate sleep, what it does is it actually improves the function of your immune system, but it also improves the function of the lymphatic system. I know that's a mouthful, and it's just, in studies, it's just recently been brought to our attention that we have this lymphatic system, which is a cool mesh between our nervous system, our lymphatic system, our vascular system, and our immune system. And what happens within the lymphatic system is it's very active when we're sleeping, and it's essentially like flushing the toilet for our brain. So all of those toxins and metabolic byproducts that we actually accumulate in our brain and our nervous system throughout the day gets washed away in the lymphatic system when we sleep. So it's literally a detox mechanism for the brain, for the immune system. So if we want to make sure that we have a strong, healthy nervous system, which is our master system, we got to get adequate sleep. So here's your first tip with sleep. Develop a rhythm, okay? So go to bed at the same time every single night, wake up at the same time every single morning. And we need to structure our sleep to where it's broken up into 90-minute increments. So our sleep patterns are 90 minutes long. So we say 7.5 hours or more because we know that 6 hours or less is going to lead to this hormonal cascade, decreased lymphatic system productivity, as well as increased inflammation. So 7.5 hours or more. So 7.5 hours, or if you really like sleeping, 9. So those 90-minute increments is really what we should be shooting for. That's when we wake up in those 90-minute increments, that's when we're going to wake up rested and rejuvenated. So all of you guys, shoot for 7.5 hours or more. Tomorrow and Thursday, we will be talking more about sleep and giving you more tips and tricks to make sure that you get good quality sleep, because it's so incredibly important for a strong, healthy host.